Hi everyone, and welcome back to my fitness journey vlog that I've been sharing on the internet this past week. I'm really happy to sit down with you guys and talk about the results from last week and just give you a little idea of what was going on. Just to start off, I have to say that last week was a lot harder than I anticipated, especially from a tracking standpoint. So keeping a food journal and actually keeping a record of my workouts proved a little tough for me. So it was challenging to kind of pick that up, but I have to say it was very insightful. And if you're not already tracking your meals or tracking your workouts so that you can measure progress, I definitely suggest that you take some time and do that. Even though it was really hard, it was very insightful. So I think it's something that I definitely need to stick with as I go throughout this journey and continue to share with you guys the results. So when I take a moment to really think about the food, so let's talk about the food and the meals throughout the week. For the most part, the week went really well. We did a lot of meal prep, my husband and I had lunch, pre-made lunch and pre-made dinners pretty much every day that week. I did have a couple of slips, and I will be completely honest, Bagel Tuesday totally got me. And and I'm hoping that I have the willpower to resist this week. And I do. I have that willpower. I will resist the bagels this week. Also, I did slip up. The very first day I slipped up and I had to have a soda, and I did have one soda last week. And the only other slip up is one night I did cave and have some fast food. But if besides those three things, the bagel, the one soda, and the one fast food meal, everything else was well balanced, healthy, pre-made, fresh, clean, everything you could describe that would make food wonderful. Lots of fresh vegetables, lots of things prepared at home in a healthy manner. All that was really good. So I don't think that those couple of slips really sabotaged anything. I think if you even think of it from like an 80-20 perspective, you know, more than 80% of my meals were well within that healthy range. So I think that we're going to be on track when we start to take a look at the measurements for this week. And then for the workouts. So workouts were pretty good. You know, I checked in some last week and just told you guys that I was changing directions, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I followed my original workout plan where I went into the gym for about an hour, and the first 30 minutes was dedicated to cardio while the second 30 minutes was dedicated to light weights. And I was alternating which body part or body area I focused on the weights per day. So like, for example, if Monday was arms, Tuesday was legs, Wednesday was abs, etc. Well, then Thursday I kind of hit a wall and I didn't go to the gym. And then I was thinking on Friday, you know what, I just really don't know what I'm doing from the perspective as I am not a personal trainer, and I really just need a little bit more help. And I remembered that I had a fitness plan that I bought last year that I needed to reinstate in my life. So I picked up the Body Boss. It is a HIIT workout, so high intensity interval training. I think that's what HIIT means. So I started doing that on Friday, and I was able to go to the gym some on Thursday and Friday, or excuse me, Saturday and Sunday to make up for my Thursday miss. And I will say the weekend was pretty active overall as well. The weather was wonderful here, and so my husband and I took the kids to the lake both days, so I got in some extra cardio outside just by walking a really big lap around the lake. Now, how do I feel? So a lot of people say working out gives you more energy, and that might be the case. It is not the case for me yet. I don't feel any more tired though. I mean, quite honestly, I just feel normal. I don't feel any different. Maybe I'll see those higher energy benefits later down the road, once I've given this, you know, a longer go and start seeing more results. I will say my muscles are really sore, so all this working out, I do have sore muscles, which is a good reminder to keep stretching, and something that I keep forgetting some days, but need to make sure I incorporate those stretchings to help those sore muscles. I have been treating myself this week to Epsom salt baths to kind of help with the sore muscles, and also just to relax and unwind after work when I come home in the evenings, and that's been really helpful as well. So if you haven't tried those, I really suggest those. That's a great way to unwind, especially after a long hard day, and especially if you were really physically active. So for measurements, we're gonna go into the bathroom and just take a look and see where last week's progress got me for this week. I'm not expecting to see a ton of movement on the scale because it's just 1 week of working out, so anywhere between 1 to 3 pounds is going to be normal. I'm really not expecting to see too much from 8 inches loss perspective because 1 to 3 pounds is not going to be very significant. But let's go in there, let's see what we find, and then we'll come back here and chat a little bit about the results and how I'm feeling and if I think that's going to change my plan for this week at all. Okay guys, so we're back in the bathroom and I'm going to take my measurements and I'm going to step on the scale and we'll kind of just see where we are. So I wonder what I should start with. Let's start with the scale. So if I remember correctly, last week was 154.8. We just called it 155 to be even. Okay, so let's go here. Okay. So 152.6. 152.6. Okay, so 154.8 minus 152.6, roughly 2 pounds. A little more? Yeah, a little more. Sorry, math takes me a minute. A little bit more than 2 pounds. So 2.2 pounds, which I'm not unhappy about that. So let's go ahead and do the measurements. This time I did remember to put my hair up so I don't look like such a silly clown. Hopefully I don't trip myself. I'm using a different measuring tape this week because my other one has gone missing. Hopefully I find that guy. So the bust has remained the same, which was 34. And then the waist is still, like where it ends is still the same, 31 and a half. I can't remember exactly what we measured last week. I'll have to go back and check. And then, so it looks like, because I think last time this was 37, the lower belly, and it's 36 and a half. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm not measuring on the exact spot, but if that's half an inch, that's pretty good, I think. And then no change on the hips, still around 41. And then I do remember we did a thigh. I'd be really shocked to see anything around the thigh changing, but we'll go ahead and, no, it's still 20 or 20 and a half, whatever it was last week. So again, I'm not surprised not to see a lot of huge movements with measurements. It's still a little early and just a little bit of weight loss isn't going to do that. But to lose around 2 pounds in the first week is great progress, and I'm just looking forward to see what else comes. Hey guys, so I slipped my clothes back on before I came to wrap up this video, and I think that's great news. I'm really super excited that I lost a couple of pounds. Now again, I know a couple pounds isn't that significant. It could be water weight, it could be a lot of different things, but you know, any movement in the right direction provides so much motivation and so much encouragement that, you know, what I'm doing is working, and I need to kind of keep with it to see more results. As expected, you know, not much change with measurements, but again, you know, with 2 pounds, what do you expect? So I'm really excited to keep going through this week. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to really vlog what's going on this week. This week's pretty hectic with work, but if I can, I certainly will, and just keep you guys updated on the happenings throughout the week, the meals and the workouts, as much as I can. So if you're not already, you can follow me on Instagram at simplypamelaann, and there I do share photos around my story a little bit more, especially about meals. if you want to check that out. Or if you want to learn more about my journey and keep following me through this process, you know, make sure you hit subscribe, and I would love to have you along the way. And of course, if you have any tips or tricks of your own, please send your comments down below, and I would love to hear from you and get some more ideas on how I can incorporate fitness and healthy eating more into my life. But I will see you next week for another check-in and measurement report. Take care and have a lovely rest of your day.